Hello there, folks, and welcome back to another video. In this one's a little bit of a kind of a PSA almost. So if you're watching this now, then Planet 28, the final edition Kickstarter, has around 66 hours left on it, maybe a little bit less by the time you're watching this, and I've got it uploaded to the channel. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that this Kickstarter is running, and I think that you should back it if you're somebody who's really into sort of all the kind of Inc 28, Inquisitor Necromunda, that kind of thing. You like playing around with indie sci-fi games and stuff like that. Planet 28 from Mammoth Miniatures is absolutely fantastic, and it's definitely worth diving into and having a look at. So the Kickstarter itself is for the final edition of the game. When I say the final edition of the game, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the only ever thing that's ever coming out for the game. But this is essentially them taking all of the stuff that has come out in the past for Planet 28, all of the various supplements and things like that, and adding it all together into one big new red book. So I just will say, like, I've backed this campaign already, so bear that in mind when I'm talking about this. I obviously have a vested interest in it, but I also have a copy of the Planet 28 game as well. This was the second edition version of the game. I even have, I think, a copy of the first edition version of that was printed many moons ago. But it is a quick set of fun sci-fi rules for you to get your hands on. It's all D10 based, so it's very fun. Got lots of different ways for you to play it. The idea is that you can play it in a variety of different ways as well. So you can dive in and you can do it as sort of a solo game. You can play it cooperative if you want to. You can also play it versus in a different way if you'd like to go down that route as well. But this has collected together all of the zine stuff that's come out for the game, alongside all the stuff that's been updated since the second edition, and all the stuff that Nick has seen in the development of the game, sort of all put it together into one big rule set of rules for you to use on the tabletop. Now, all of this has been put together into one book, as you can see there, but there's a few different options when it comes to this as well. So inside the actual Planet 28 box, you're going to get the sort of toolkit system for creating your characters. As I say, it's really good way for you to play sort of Necromunda style campaigns with a different set of rules. Pardon me, I'm just so excited about Planet 28. So it's got lots of stuff in there for playing sort of Necromunda style games. You can also use it for playing sort of Inquisitor style games as well. One of the ways that I've been looking at playing this is having somebody create an Inquisitor style character alongside a set of hangers on, and then you dive into a warband style affair where you have someone playing as a game master and things like that. You can also play it solo if you want to go down that route, and also cooperatively if you want to play that way instead. Go up against lots of mooks and that kind of stuff on the tabletop. There's loads of different rules within here for doing all of that. You've got all the basics in there for shooting, stabbing, fighting everybody, leaping across gaps, all that kind of thing. There's also lots of fun bits in there for playing around with vehicles, and campaign play as well. So if you want to dive in and play a campaign where you've got lots of different things like injuries and experience and that kind of stuff, this has been designed so you can dive in and get that out of that at the same time as well. We'll say there's no AI involved with this whatsoever. It's all really nice artwork and design and all that kind of thing coming out of Nick Evans and his team as well, which is always nice to see. So as I say, lots of different ways for you to dive in and play this game. There is actually a video that I've done on the Planet 28 rules in more detail, which I'll have linked down in the description below. So if you want to go and find out a bit more about the game as I flick through this book, then you'll be able to go and check that out. But as I say, this is just a quick video to kind of just remind people that this Kickstarter is running at the moment, and you should go and check it out. I also want to talk about some of the other stuff as well, because all of these campaigns that have come out of Nick have always been sort of full of love and all that kind of stuff as well. So you get things like the paper starter set characters, which are really fun. So you get a couple of different sheets of those. I think they're doing the paper starter set again for this game, which is quite nice. So you got a couple of different hangers on and killers and that kind of stuff as well. They've also always done these little tiny zine style things. So this one was Death in the Throne Room, which was sort of like a setting guide for the world of Planet 28, if you wanted to use that rather than using something like the Warhammer 40,000 world. Or of course this could just be a planet or something within the world of Warhammer 40,000, if you want to go down that direction, which I think is quite fun. But yeah, on top of that, there's also additional things that have been added into the mix as well. So there is World 1, which is another setting and campaign guide for Planet 28. It's all based around the idea of this planet where everyone goes and they sort of fight for control of resources and all that kind of thing as well. As I say, World 1 is a planet turned over entirely to the lucrative business of interpersonal conflict resolution via extreme violence. Love it. Sounds fantastic. So it's a great setting for you to playing out games. And then there's also another additional thing that's coming out as well, which is the Mutants, Mercs and Machines book. So this is an additional compendium, and it brings together lots of scenarios, game expansions, optional rules and things like that have been released essentially through various means, all put into one zine. So this is built onto what you've got here for Planet 28. And it essentially allows you to play around with more different variants of things like mutants and mercenaries in your games, bounty hunters and that kind of thing, alongside machines and vehicles and that kind of stuff too. So it's a nice little addition to what you already get with Planet 28. There is also SMEG, which is quite fun. So this is another setting guide that's been unlocked as part of this, which gives you more rules and scenarios for playing close combat games on sort of vast derelict spaceships. So if you like the idea of like a Space Hulk style affair, then SMEG is where you want to go with that one. I love that it's called SMEG as well. Very much harking back to kind of Red Dwarf and that kind of thing, which is always fun to see. So yeah, if you're looking to get even more out of this, there's loads of different ways for you to dive in. As I say, there's the paper starter set, which is this one that you see here, based on the artwork, which is really cool. There's also options for you to dive in and get things like the art zine and that kind of thing, which is quite nice. And then there is also, I believe, some more stuff that's been added in through upgrades. So yes, more minis. Here we go. So Big Mr. Tong has actually done a STL miniature for this campaign, which is this guy, which is the Marine from the front cover of the second edition rulebook, which is really cool. And he's been in loads of the different artwork. So an STL is going to be added into every pledge and made available at the end of the campaign as well. So if you have a 3D printer or somebody who owns a 3D printer, then you'll be able to use this for diving in and having a bit of fun with that and painting him up for your games. I have a friend who's just got themselves an FDM printer. I might see if he can print with this guy and see how he looks for painting up to use in games of Inquisitor and Necromunda and all that kind of thing as well, which is really fun. But yeah, it's a small little campaign that has obviously been funded really well. As I say, it's going to be ending in the next couple of days, so bear that in mind. But if you are somebody who's looking to pick up a fun 28mm scale skirmish game that sort of harks back to the classic sort of Rogue Trader-esque style days, a little bit of Inquisitor, a little bit of Necromunda, with a really fun set of mechanics in there, as I say, D10 based, very quick and easy to get your head around, which is always fun. There's lots of, if it's anything like the second edition rulebook, it's really well presented, lots of wonderful artwork and everything in there as well. As I say, go and check out the video for more details on this one and to learn a little bit more about it. But yeah, very quick, easy to learn, easy to play. Has a full campaign system in there, vehicles, all sorts of different ways for you to build weird and wacky weapons and all sorts of things in there at the same time. And I'm looking at this rather than you, but I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, if you are excited by this, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you're a backer already, please let me know as well, because it'd be really fun. But it's also worth checking out Mammoth Miniatures in more detail, actually. So I'm actually going to Mammoth Miniatures. There we go. Let's dive in and check this out, because if you do want to get your hands on some sci-fi miniatures from Mammoth to fit the theme, there are lots of miniatures for you to check out as well. So you have things like Mutant Heavies, Two-Headed Luke, all this kind of stuff in there. These guys are so cool. I love him. Space Bastard. Who wouldn't want Space Bastard in their life? So yeah, lots of really fun old Hammer-style miniatures for you to drop into your games to use alongside what you've already got in your collection. And to build up the world of Planet 28 on the tabletop. I really want Space Bastard now. Well, I know what I'm doing after I've finished this video. I'm going to go and order Space Bastard. But there we go. Lots of cool stuff from Mammoth Miniatures for this. Dive in, check it out, let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm going to move on and see if I can actually get more videos recorded, because I've been rather lax of late, but there we go. I just thought I'd just throw this out there into the ether so we could support another indie company who's doing a Kickstarter at the moment. But there we go. Right, I'm going to move on. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hype, I don't know. Maybe do that, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.